Hello there everybody and welcome back to another video. We are at Nighthaven Labs, the map that you probably hate but you're forced to play anyway, so you may as well learn some drones. I've gone through, found about 20 that you can use in your own ranked endeavors. They're all linked below in chapters so you can find whatever you want. Up first, we have fish stairs, aqua stairs, water stairs, whatever you call it. Use the shrubbery here to hide a drone, hard to spot, and you get some really good vision on this part of the map. Up second is lobby stairs, so on the opposite side of the map. All you need to do is jump up underneath the default camera and you can hold a drone here. This is the first of three options. This one has the best vision of top floor, but you can also jump down and get a bit of vision on lobby as well, which can be pretty important for a kitchen attack if anyone is playing inside of lobby. And the third option is a little bit more specific, but it's the hardest to spot, the hardest to find, and that's inside of the foliage here, looking directly onto the stairs. And as you can see, this one is pretty much impossible to spot, so unless the other team has Solace, they are never going to find that drone. Up next is the barrel stairs, or the cargo stairs as they're officially called. Pretty hard to find a drone spot here, but I found one behind the barrels here. You just have to sort of try and wriggle it in and eventually it will drop. Not the best vision, but you can see defenders rotating and it's a tricky one for them to spot. Next is the vending stairs. Use the leaves here for some coverage and you can get vision into cafeteria, watch the rotate on the stairs as well. Not too hard to see, but again, it's pretty difficult to hide drones here. And I think a more common spot will be this one here on the vending machine itself. And you can place it so it's watching the stairs, but keep in mind, defenders will be able to spot this one pretty easily if they are holding it aggressively. Now we go to basement, and the first one's inside of exosuit or the pillar room. Do this parkour here and you can actually land on the light, adjust it to whatever you want to specifically watch. And as you can see, defenders holding this position, very unlikely to spot this drone. They'll only be able to see the very top of it if they're even looking there. Next is tank, the big pillar in basement. Jump on the TVs here, up once more, and then across to the big ones on the west hand side. This one might be a bit tricky to try and pull off in prep phase if defenders are aware, but if you're able to get it in position, maybe in the chaos of mid-round, you can get really good vision of that site. Now we go to first floor, spawn your drone on the south near the helipad, and you can get it straight in towards storage. This site currently isn't particularly popular, but in case it ever is, now you know a couple of drones. This first one just hides behind the chassis. A little bit more exposed though, so if you can try and actually move it up on the shelving above, that's probably going to be optimal. Just jump it up once and then once more. It's pretty dark up here, so it's going to be difficult for defenders to spot it. Next is cafeteria, a pretty popular site at the moment. If you can somehow get a drone inside here, try and get it on the speaker, you get good vision of sight. Very difficult to find drone spots, parkour spots specifically on this side I found. So if you know any, be sure to let me know in the comments. Up next is the top floor, and we go to command center. You can get a drone behind the wall mount here, and there's no way for defenders to clear it unless they want to use an impact grenade. You can then move it late in round to get vision on site. The next one hides behind the TVs here. Just jump up on the chair, then the railing, and then wriggle it across as shown at the moment. Be careful, this drone can fall pretty easily, but once you get it in position, you get good vision deep on the western side of sight, and it's hard to spot. Next over to electrical, pretty important entry point for attacking this top floor site. You'll often see defenders extending this part of the map, contesting window control and con control. And if you jump up, as shown, you can get it in this gap, get good vision on the swing. You can also play it a bit more aggressively for info on the door as well. And this one is actually really, really tricky to spot. So highly doubt defenders will find this one easily. Up next is this connector room, and we have 3 different drones you can hit on this spot. First one's under the default camera. Jump up and use the foliage as shown. It will be tricky to spot. Good defensive teams are starting to extend to this position and contesting the outside wall to the north, so this drone can find some pretty good information for you and the team. And as you can see, this one pretty tricky to spot unless you know of that position. Up next is a variation of a similar drone, this time on the northeast. Jump on the plant box, then the TV, and then find the hanging pot plant. Land on top of that. Again, a dark corner of the room. That one's tricky to spot. The next one's on the southeast corner. Just jump up on the brown railing, then the TV, and then the pot once more. And you can see that this one is tricky to find. Not many defenders are going to be looking up there. Up next is a lineup for warehouse. You just want to stand in between the final set of these lights on the ground. Line up with the left-hand side of the door. Aim as shown. and throw the drone. It will land on the crane. There's no way I could find where you could parkour on to this position, so you'll only be able to use this one in the action phase, and you have to be a little bit mindful that you can get swung from this position if you're not careful, so learn the lineup and you'll be able to do it a lot faster. This is the vision you can get. You can see both entryways, the wall, even the rotation from the stairs as well, depending on how you position it, and it's tricky to spot. Of course, you might want to get vision in warehouse during the prep phase, so instead you can use this one by riding the railing to the south. Lots of different variations you can do here. If you want maximum vision, get it up on the rail here. You can see the entirety of warehouse, but if you want it to be a little bit trickier to spot, you can actually drop down to the foliage here, hide it inside of the plant as shown, just creep it forward a little bit, and you'll still be able to see that eastern door. But that will just about do it. That's all the drones I could find on the new map. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.